In this lecture, I want to go through some basic guidance points on being useful. Now, one of the biggest things that challenges us when we step out of service, regardless of what kind of service that was or what it looked like or what you did in it, is the fact that you had a job, you had a role, you had a function, you're part of a team. You're contributing. Now, when you step out as a civilian, you're kind of left on your own. You're kind of like floating around looking for the familiarity of those structures that formed a good part of your life. And depending on how long you are involved in service will depend how long it's going to take you to reorientate and refocus and recalibrate to what is now your new reality. Don't be scared about it. We all do it. You can't stay in there forever, and you really don't want to. There's a lot more available to you outside of the system. So let's explore that. Let's explore what contribution you can make next. There's a whole range of options. In fact, I could not even begin to capture them all on a video like this. You can go back to university. You can upskill in other ways. You can go and work in business at every level imaginable. You can go and contribute in some kind of voluntary capacity. The thing is this, whatever you do, don't get yourself set up with some kind of regular income, passive income, pension system, or whatever it's going to be, that leaves you lingering about the house all day, looking for something to do. That's when we have problems with guys getting severely depressed, guys looking at suicide as an option, because their life has become meaningless. Okay? We don't want people getting into addiction issues. We have enough problems with that as men in the Australian society particularly. In that context, we are in dire straits on multiple levels and multiple dimensions. A part I want to do with the Warriors Path Academy is some small contribution, best I can, to try and help ease that pain. That's the pain point I'm trying to address. For you guys as veterans, the pain point is, what do I do now? So we've got to think that through. Think about what you would like to do. Nothing is going to stop you. If you put your mind to it, you will do it. If you don't, you'll find an excuse not to do it. The ball is in your court, as they love to say. Yeah, this is literally that case. You have control over what happens next. You are not suddenly disabled. You are not suddenly disempowered. Totally the opposite. You have more freedom than you ever had in service. But you've got more responsibility that goes hand in hand with that new freedom. And you are now accountable for everything that you do in a greater way than you ever were in defence. So let's think that through. Now what am I going to do with that information? What am I going to contribute towards? And I'm using that language very specifically. And I want you to be clear on what I'm saying here. We are, generally speaking, service animals. We like to serve. It's our place here, that we like to do things for other people. We go and fight for them. We go and do other roles and functions for them. We're protectors. We're warriors. Now, if I suddenly remove that functionality, that role, I'm left with a void. But there are ways to fill the void. There are multiple ways, in fact, to fill the void. Your job now is to start racking your brain, networking, talking to people, exploring, thinking, meditating, whatever you need to do to think about what you're going to do. What are you going to do next, soldier? The answers are right there, and they're in your control. They're in the palm of your hand. You've just got to take responsibility for them and now start to move things into action and direction for your life going forward. It is a fantastic journey. You will have bumps, you'll have falls, you'll go backwards at times, but each time the thing that you've learned, even from basic training in the military, is you get up and you keep going. And we all are quite good at doing that. And when you have a bad day, you know what? There's one of us around who's going to pick you up, dust you off, point you back in the right direction, and say, go get him, Tiger. I'll be right here. I got you 6. Yeah? Nobody gets left behind. At least nobody should. And the reason this particular program exists is because I'm passionate about making sure nobody gets left behind. So, what's it going to be? You're going to become a lawyer? You're going to fly a helicopter? You're going to start your own business? Every one of those. I have mates that I was in service with doing those exact jobs, and many, many more. What's going to be your next chapter? What's going to be your next story to tell?